Hi, guys, this is Joe Kelly. Today, we're going to be talking about an important topic for you guys. The title of this live is Are Your Finances Holding You Back as an actor? And when I asked that question in one of my groups, I think I got the biggest number of responses ever gotten. Um, because it's just true that finances are a thing. And when you're in the beginning of your career or when you're starting, um, it's definitely part of what you have to deal with is the fact that you might often have a lot of jobs that are unpaid. You might have a lot of jobs that are poorly paid and they might not be enough to pay the bills, and yet you want to take them, and it's just it can seem like a long loop of time when you're really invested and extremely passionate about acting, and yet it doesn't directly come with money on the other side. So it can trigger a lot of stresses inside of you, which of course impact your auditions and your presence in auditions, which of course impact your booking, which of course impacts the money you make, etc., etc. But yeah, it's definitely a true thing that money or the lack thereof, when you're starting in your career, um, is definitely challenging. It's challenging because you might want to invest in you, in trainings, in relocating yourself, and it might be very scary to do those things if you don't see the money coming in yet, right? So it's like a risk that you have to take, and for some of you that risk may feel too scary. For some of you, it's just pursuing acting is the dream, but it triggers really a lot of nerves when it comes to, will I be able to pay the bills? Or how am I going to live? Am I going to have a roommate for the rest of my life? Um, so yeah, it's a thing, and if you have a job, you might feel like that is stressing you too, because then you have a job, and if you book something, you can't really um, go away and shoot the movie. Um, some of you, I have even heard say, are so passionate about their careers that are willing to risk everything, that they have often been flirting with homelessness and are willing to go to that place of going, wow, I'm really making myself very vulnerable because of how much this is important to me, and I'm willing to flirt with that, limit of comfort. Um, so that's, yeah, that can definitely be scary too. And for some of you, having a job might feel like, if I have a job, it means I'm walking away from my career, or I'm looking at it moving away because I have to be invested um, in what I'm doing in the job, and therefore I can't really be invested in my career. So they're two like conflicting energies. Some of you also have student debt, which adds to the burden of, okay, finances are challenging in the beginning of an actor's career. So there's no, I'm not going to come at you saying this is not true and it's not happening, and it's an easy thing. It is true. It's very tangible for most of you, right? It's like concrete, um, and it's the case for many actors. And it's part of what the beginning of an acting career looks like. So many A-level actors are, telling us their stories about when they started and what kind of toilets they were cleaning in order to watch, an actor studio class, or the way that they would sneak or steal even to be able to see a play because of how poor they were at that time. So it really is part of um, being an actor in the beginning and not having that many jobs. It's really part of it. Just the work that I would like to do with you guys today is really some mindset work. A mindset that you have around money, and the mindset that you have around how you are choosing to react with money. So if the lack of money when you're beginning your acting career is a fact. It's not going to be there. It's not going to be abundant when you start. You're going to do free jobs, unpaid jobs, a lot of them, and you won't have many jobs in the beginning. So it'll be a struggle, right? Especially now. I mean, some actors are acting way more right now, but you could be in the on the side where you're not really seeing how you can act right now. The struggle that you're having with money is going to be key into all the steps that are coming afterwards. So considering that money is a thing when you start your acting career, or the lack of a thing, right? It's not really present. So finances are not comfortable, and it's part of the journey of being an actor. Since it is there, it is. There's no point denying it. There's no point fighting it. There's no point resisting it or complaining about it. It is. What you can do is you can choose your reaction to it. So you can choose how you are going to react to the fact that money is not abundant when you start an acting career. Or maybe even when you're all the way in, but you haven't had that many jobs quite yet. And so you're not able to live from it. So it's really your reaction that's going to determine your experience with money and the lack thereof. When you are making it a bad problem, let's say, okay, well, it's part of what it is. It's hard. It's unfair. It's harder than other professions. It's always the case. We are all struggling actors, and it's a fact, and there's nothing we can do about it, and it's too hard, and we are victims. That makes it a bad problem because there's nothing you can do about it, right? So the way to kind of make it, I don't want to say a good problem because I hate good and bad, and I never use these words, but I just did it, so let's go with it. The way to make this a good problem is to realize that you're the kind of human being that has a passion so big, that has a thirst for life so big, that you've decided to start an endeavor into an acting career, one that does not bring in money right off the bat. That's the kind of human you are. You're that big of a human. You're passionate, and you are willing to go into a career that will not give you a paycheck right away. So that's already a change in mindset, right? Do you feel the distinction between this is a bad problem, there's nothing we can do about it, we're all struggling artists, and it's just the thing, and it's unfair, and it's harder than other industries? Well, that leaves you in a kind of a sticky feeling, right? However, if you choose to react to money by already looking at, wait a minute, I have a huge passion for this, and my passion is so big that I'm willing to give away my comfort because I know acting comes with a lack of abundance in the beginning. I am willing to give away my comfort and go all in with this because of how passionate I am. Do you see how empowering that is already? Do you see how this is now a choice that you're making? And therefore, when you're making a choice like that, opportunities open and possibilities open. Suddenly, you'll get to see, oh yeah, well, because I'm that passionate, I'm that much of a badass motherfucker, I want to say, that I choose such a big, passionate job that comes with a big risk. That's how big I am. Well, then when you enter the audition room, you're carried by that. You're not focused on, shit, I absolutely need to book this job. I need to book this job to pay my rent. Because if you're thinking about that, and if you're really stressed around money, it comes with you in the audition room, or nowadays on your tape. It's there. And because it's there with you, you're not doing a good job in your audition room. And because you're not doing a good job or a great job, you're not booking. And because you're not booking, you're now starting a loop. You're not having any money, and you're starting to make this story really true and ongoing, right? If you're switching your mindset and you're realizing that you're not the victim in an industry that doesn't reward your talents, you're a passionate artist who made the choice to be willing to be uncomfortable because of how passionate you are. That's the juju you enter your audition room with. That's the juju you do your self-tape with. And that's empowering. And when you have that juju, you can be present. And when you can be present, you can do your job. You can defend your character rather than stressing about your bills or your ego. You can actually be there. You can perform. You can excel at what you do when you're present, right? So see how this distinction is already kind of changing the card game that you have in your hands. Now it's a different card game. Am I a victim, or am I a badass, empowered artist who's willing to give everything and to be present? Then when you're present, you can defend your character. Guess what happens when you really defend your character and you're not busy with your egos or your fears about money? You do a great job. When you do a great job, you book. When you book, money comes in. When money comes in, you get more auditions, you get more bookings, etc. And you start another loop. So now you have a good problem. Nowadays, with this new economy and this new world, there's plenty of flexible jobs that you guys can do. Plenty of online stuff, some DoorDash stuff, some Uber stuff, some delivery stuff, some TaskRabbit, it's just endless, the possibilities right now for actors to be able to do something where you manage your own time and it leaves you available for shooting, for auditions, for working on your auditions. Find a job that works for you. Don't stay stuck in a job that doesn't work for you. If you're that passionate and if you're that much of a badass motherfucker that you're really ready to look away from comfort and to risk not paying your bills, risk being homeless, risk actually being uncomfortable because you have a heart that's bigger than the comfort you want, then when you're empowered by that, you'll start finding ways. Actors in our community are now doing audiobooks one after another, are doing a lot of voiceover work, are doing so many things that didn't exist before this pandemic. Jobs that are related to acting, that are feeding your talent, that are feeding your wallet too, right? Are your finances holding you back? No, they're not holding you back. Your reaction to the lack of finances in the beginning of your acting career are what is holding you back. And just realizing that you guys are so passionate, so willing to risk your comfort for your passion. It's incredible. Not many people do that. That is exceptional. That is really exceptional. When you know that, let that carry you. That's how powerful you are. That's how incredible you are. From there, you find solutions. From there, you find all the crazy new jobs that are here, flexible, that will allow you to dance between booking a couple things and still keeping the job because you need that money to come in and to fill in your basic needs until you can let that one go and go full into acting because it will give you money at one point. Also, nothing exterior is ever what is holding you back, right? There are plenty of actors that are making a ton of money and they're still having money issues or fulfillment issues. Don't let those outside things determine how you experience your life. It's how you choose to react to those things that are. You can't change them. They are just part of the game. But your reaction is yours to choose, right? So when you choose a reaction that works for you, not a good one or a bad one that works for you, then fulfillment comes, right? Because again, you can be an actor that is extremely abundant and yet do things that will destroy you because you're not fulfilled. Right? It comes from the inside. It comes from your decisions, from your reactions, from the way you choose to play the game that you decided to willingly go into. Okay, well, if you have any questions about this, let us know. If you have any questions about the work we do, let us know. If you want any information, let us know. We're still doing our BOGO support during COVID. If you're struggling, you can use the BOGO offer, which means you can work with us at 50% discount. Thank you guys. It was nice to see you or to be with you somehow.